In the news, President Muhammadu Buhari approves Central Bank of Nigeria's request for the extension of deadline for swapping of old NAIRA notes. National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas vows to picket oil marketers, subjecting the masses to pain and hardship. Turkish President Erdogan says the country may block Sweden's NATO membership bid. And on sports, Novak Djokovic beat Stefanos Tsitsipas to win a 10th Australian Open title and equal Rafael Nadal's 22 Grand Slam. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adenoy. Thank you for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Brigadier General YD Ahmed as the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Ahmed has officially taken over from Christy Uba, who piloted the affairs of the NYSC for about 3 months. Uba, the most senior director, was appointed by the presidency following the sacking of Brigadier General Mohammed Fada over alleged incompetence and poor performance. She made history as the first woman to be appointed to NYSC since its establishment about 50 years ago. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN's request for the extension of the deadline for the swapping of old NAIRA notes to the new redesigned ones. This followed President Buhari's meeting with the Apex Bank's governor, Godwin Emefiele, in his country home in Daura, Katsina State. The old NAIRA notes of 200, 500 and 1,000 NAIRA denomination, earlier slated to cease from usage on 31st January, was extended to February 10th this year to enable Nigerians deposit their old notes at the CBN. Briefing newsmen after the meeting, Emefiele revealed that 75% of the 2.7 trillion NAIRA held outside the banking system has been recovered. He also explained that after the February 10th deadline, the old currency would have lost its legal tender status. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on New NAIRA Redesign and NAIRA Swap Policy has kicked against the 10 days extension granted by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to exchange the old NAIRA notes as approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Ad Hoc Committee, chaired by the Majority Leader Alhassan Ado Doguwa, rejected the extension, insisting that the CBN must comply with the Section 20 sub 3, 4 and 5 of the CBN Act. Doguwa said the 10 days extension for the exchange of the old NAIRA notes is not the solution, stressing that the Legislative Committee, with a constitutional mandate of the House, would only accept clear compliance with the aforementioned section of the CBN Constitution. The organized oil workers under the auspices of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas, NUPENG, has vowed to picket oil marketers who are subjecting the masses into pain and hardship by selling above the recommended pump price. NUPENG President Prince William Akporeha and the General Secretary Afolabi Olawale, who made the promise in a statement, condemned in strong terms the brutal exploitation of the masses by those they described as Shylock marketers. The statement explained that NUPENG has resolved to commence sanctioning of the marketers found to be indulging in the unwholesome and disgusting practices. They also commended decent and patriotic marketers who are willing and ready to do business in ways and manners that will not exploit and inflict pains on the public, calling on them not to be discouraged or relent, but to keep cooperating with the union and other patriotic stakeholders to help stem the ugly trend. Meanwhile, the union raised alarm over the insecurity of some of the tanker drivers whose lives are at risk. NUPENG called for the safety of the 7 members who were transporting fuel from AY Shafa and some other depots from south-south to the northern parts of the country when they were attacked. They said the union has reached out to law enforcement agents for rescue and protection. A coalition of civil society groups in Edo State are currently protesting the incessant petroleum pump price increment and other crude oil products in recent times. The protest commenced at the Sapele Road, Benin City, after which the protesters moved to the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NUPRC, where they blocked the gate. With the price of fuel in most fuel stations now going for as high as 500 naira per litre and 1000 naira per litre for black market, their appeal is for relevant authority to come to the aid of the masses. The Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has called off its planned national strike. This follows the association's National Executive Committee NEC meeting in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State's capital, where it reviewed progress on their demands. The doctors had threatened a nationwide strike earlier this month due to the government's inability to meet their demands. They include an upward review of the Medical Residency Training Fund, non-payment of outstanding arrears of the new hazard allowance, and non-payment of the consequential minimum wage adjustment to some of its members. However, at the conclusion of the NEC meeting, the doctors praised the federal government for releasing the reviewed circular on the Medical Residency Training Fund on time. The committee also praised the Minister of Labour and Employment for taking additional steps to improve the welfare of its members. The doctors, on the other hand, requested that the federal government pay all other outstanding arrears owed to its members. They also asked the Nigeria Governors Forum to intervene with the governors of Abia, Ekiti, Imo, and Ondo State, who they claim are still owing their members' salaries ranging from 3 months to 25 months. And on politics, KOGI State Governor Yahaya Bello has flagged off the Tinubu-Shetima presidential, national and state assembly campaign in Aimba, Kogi East, where he assured of an outstanding outing at the forthcoming polls. Governor Bello gave the assurance amid loud cheers and ovation from the mammoth supporters of the All Progressives Congress (APC), asserting that what the party has displayed in Kogi East rally is the oneness of the APC. He commended the supporters for attending the rally out of their love and dedication, coupled with their desire for dividends of democracy. Governor Bello said that the party bigwigs and stakeholders from the Eastern Zone were fully on ground to deliver APC across board. The governor, who presented all candidates in Kogi East to the crowd, reiterated that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his running mate, Kashim Shettima, remained the presidential and vice presidential candidate the state was looting for. He said the Kogi State APC was committed to coming up with the highest percentage among the entire 36 states for the presidential, Senate, House of Representatives, and State House of Assembly elections. The governor pointed out that 100% result would give Kogi State a vintage advantage to demand for certain dividends from the central government after its emergence in the coming election, and urged the party members to reach out to their families, friends, and associates to vote again for the ruling APC. Ogun State government has advised the people to be wary of political opportunists who take delight in lying to get sympathy and votes. This call was made following the claim by the governorship candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Biyi Otegbeye, that the government spent 7 billion naira on the Gateway City Gate project at the Shagamu interchange, whereas the cost was less than 5% of his claim. A statement issued in Abeokuta by Kule Shomori, Chief Press Secretary to Governor Dapo Abiodun, described Otegbeye's assertion as monumental falsehood. He said Otegbeye does not have an idea of how government runs, saying that the current administration in the state has been people-centered. He stated that Governor Abiodun is a proven prudent manager of men and resources whose track records in the private sector justifiably earned him the people's trust and mandate, which he equally brought to bear on public service and governance in the last 44 months. He further stated that the administration of Dapo would not be deterred from delivering the dividends of democracy by the antics, calling on the ADC governorship candidate to apologize to the people of Ogun State, especially the League of Imams and Alfas, for his lies. On crime, a civil society organization, the Committee for Protection of People's Mandate, CCPM, has called on the Nigeria Police Force, Lagos State Command, to immediately commence investigation into a viral video of criminality committed by political thugs in vehicles, including a branded bus for Lagos State People's Democratic Party, PDP gubernatorial candidate, Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran, who unleashed violence by firing guns sporadically and the use of other dangerous weapons in a part of Lagos State. A statement issued in Lagos by the organization's executive director, Nelson Ekujumi, said they condemn in strong terms the criminal assault on democracy, constitution, peace and safety of the good people of Lagos State. Going further, he said they were saddened and traumatized by the recurring assault before the commencement of the 2023 elections, stressing that if not investigated and prosecuted, such could be a dress rehearsal of greater violence to be unleashed on the peace-loving Lagosians by the anti-democratic elements during and after the 2023 elections. CPPM stated that the sanity of democracy must be guarded jealously before, during, and after the elections to ensure that law and order reigns at all times. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. Remember, February 2023 is the general election where you will have the opportunity to elect a new president, governors, national and state assembly members to pilot the affairs of Nigeria for another 4 years. Visit INEC office to get your PVC, which is your power to elect credible leaders. Say no to electoral violence. Say no to vote buying. Say no to thuggery before, during, and after the elections. This message is brought to you by MLC TV.
As suggested in the motion,
from 31st January to June 31st, 2023, say aye. Those against any ayes have it.
Do you know what it takes to lead? Do you understand what is politics? Do you have issues concerning the way we play politics? Do you have reservations about some political mugu? Do you want to serve or be served? Do you want to contest? Do you want to occupy any political office or be in charge of your world? All this and many more are what we discuss right here in the political arena. A program where we trash and rage, condemn and commend, celebrate and blame all that play out in politics. Do not be told. Join me, One Available, every Saturday by 7 p.m. to throw more light on why we play politics the way we do and how we can play it better. Political Arena, building a government of the people and for the people. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has suggested that Ankara may agree to Finland joining NATO, but not Sweden. He criticized Sweden's refusal to extradite dozens of people allegedly tied to Kurdish militant group and other critics of his government. His comments come days after Turkey suspended talks to accept the two Nordic nations as members. The move was prompted by a series of controversial protests in Stockholm, including one during which a copy of Quran was burnt. Swedish officials have condemned the protest but defended the country's free speech laws. In response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Sweden and Finland applied to join NATO last year, ending decades of military non-alignment. At least 28 people have been killed in an explosion at a mosque in the Pakistani city of Peshawar. The blast occurred when the mosque was packed with worshippers, where over 100 people were reportedly injured. A section of the building was destroyed, and officials say people are buried under the rubble. The cause of the explosion is unclear, but an official said police had been the target and most of those who had died were part of the police force. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has strongly condemned it in a statement. The blast took place during afternoon prayer in the northwestern city near the country's border with Afghanistan. Next is sports update. Let's join Jonah Malik.
And on sports updates, Kaoru Mitoma scored in stoppage time as Brighton knocked out holders Liverpool out of the FA Cup with an impressive victory at the MX Stadium. With the game heading to a draw, the Japanese winger Mitoma produced a great piece of control before firing in from close range to stun the Reds. Jurgen Klopp's side, who were beaten by 3-0 at the Seagulls 2 weeks ago, took the lead midway through the first half when Harvey Elliott slotted into the bottom corner from Mohamed Salah's pass following a quick break. However, Brighton equalized when Tariq Lamptey's shoot from distance deflected heavily off Lewis' dunk to fly into back of the net. It looked like a replay at Anfield would be needed to decide the tie before Mitoma stepped up to snatch another big result for Brighton. Still on sports, Real Madrid lost ground in the La Liga title race as they were held to a goalless draw at home to Real Sociedad. The result left Real Madrid 5 points behind league leaders Barcelona. However, goalkeeper Alex Ramiro excelled for the visitors with a string of fine saves to frustrate the host. Meanwhile, Real City rivals Atletico Madrid sit fourth in the table after Sonigüe scored the only goal after coming on as substitute at Osasuna. Moving on to tennis, an emotional Novak Djokovic called it the biggest victory of his life after beating Stefanos Tsitsipas to win a 10th Australian Open title and equal Rafael Nadal's 22 Grand Slam crown on Sunday. The Serb returned to world number 1 as he overcame a hamstring injury and off-court drama to sweep past the Greek third seed 6-3, 7-6, 7-4, 7-6, 7-5 on Rod Laver Arena. The emphatic victory over Tsitsipas capped a remarkable return for Djokovic to Melbourne Park, having missed last year's tournament when he was deported over his COVID vaccination stance. Earlier in the women's single final, Aryna Sabalenka defeated Elena Rybakina in the battle of the big hitters. Sabalenka forced a decider on Rod Laver Arena, getting the all-important break before, with the nerves in full flow, finally clinching the biggest win of her career, 4-6, 6-3, 6-4 on her 4th championship point. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. Let's join Matthias Ayodeji Peter for the latest update in the entertainment world.
On our entertainment news, in a footage posted on Twitter by @MissPrettyRebel, showed Inyanya performing his hit song One Side to an excited audience in Oka. Standing next to the musician was a fan who was spraying him minted notes, which he placed on his face. The fan's actions appeared to have triggered Inyanya, who shoved him off the stage before continuing to entertain the audience. The fan's action appeared to have triggered Inyanya, who shoved him off the stage before continuing to entertain the audience. According to Inyanya, the money-spraying fan was using the minted notes to slap him. He revealed that his attempt to restrain the fan from what he described as a disrespectful act failed, hence he decided to shove the fan up the stage. According to DSP Bright Edafe, who was the spokesman for the Delta State Police Command, the fan who was shoved off the stage can get Inyanya arrested should he choose to file an official report. Inyanya's action have since split opinions on Twitter as some fans sided with him while others disagreed. It is left to be seen if the money-spraying fan will file an official report that will get the Kukere Krona arrested. Still on our entertainment news from Africa, Ike Ogbonna, a popular Nollywood actor and model, has announced the passing of his mother. 4 days ago, the actor came on social media to share that he had lost someone close to him, but didn't reveal the identity of the person. However, yesterday, the actor took to Instagram to share a video detailing her life and their moments together. The video has "Heaven's Lucky to Have You" featuring Mike Rogers and Sonia Isaacs playing over it. "Rest in peace, my angel," he wrote, captioning the video. Friends and industry colleagues have taken to the comment section to pray for the actor. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Adeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias. On a sad note, Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, has expressed shock over the sudden death of Sam Egu, a reporter with the leadership newspaper in the state. Sam Egu, according to the commissioner, was a seasoned journalist whose immense contribution to the pen progression in Kogi State and beyond cannot be quantified. He urged the correspondent chapel of Kogi State, the Kogi State NUJ Council, and the body of journalists in general to find comfort in the fact that Elder Sam Egu, as he was fondly called, has used his pen to create a positive change in the society. Fanwo prayed to God to give the family the strength to bear the loss. Similarly, the Senior Special Assistant on Print Media to Kogi State Governor, Michael Ozigi, in a statement said the deceased was not just a veteran, but a man of great passion for the job, highly ethical, astute, and a gentleman to the core. Ozigi commiserated with the family, friends and colleagues, associates, the entire Nigeria Union of Journalists, and all of those he left behind to grieve his passage, and prayed to God to grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. May the soul of Elder Sam Egu rest in peace. 5 persons have been confirmed dead, while 7 others injured when a mining pit collapsed on them in Raccoon community in Bakinladi local government area of Plateau State. The said incident occurred on Saturday, 28 January, when some local miners went to the mining site in the community to mine solid minerals. It was gathered that the local miners were extracting mineral deposits some meters beneath the earth's surface when the pit suddenly collapsed on them, thereby forcing other miners at the site to abandon their work for rescue. A local miner who was part of the rescue team revealed that the incident occurred at about 7 o'clock in the evening as those on the site were working late into the night, adding that all efforts to rescue those trapped in the mining pit proved abortive. According to him, the rescue team later gave up the hope of rescuing them when they could not get to the point where they were trapped under the ground. The chairman of Bakinladi local government area, Jock Alamba, who confirmed the incident, expressed shock over the development, noting that the youth died in the process of trying to make a living in an illegal way. Alamba implored the youth in the local government area to embrace legitimate ways of living and desist from illegal businesses that can destroy them. That is the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Before we go, remember that the 2023 general election is here. Ensure you get your permanent voter cards and elect credible leaders that will represent your interests. I am Joshua Adinoi. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.